Oh, here we go. And they're back.
We're back.
Boom.
We are back.
What's up, champions?
What up? What's going on?
Kurtz has come straight from the slaughterhouse, mate. Look at you.
Halloween's right around the corner.
Summer is coming.
He's
Mate.
jacked.
Well,
He's
what
excited. That's why.
I'm
How
back
many
to Australia next week,
striations-
actually.
How many
so-
striations can we count in the left delt? Look at this.
Yeah, it's been, we're working on it. Oh, 42 this week as well.
Happy
42.
birthday.
Okay.
Yeah, happy birthday, there,
Yeah.
Kurt.
What
42.
day is this
Friday.
happening? What day?
Friday is the day.
Friday.
It's
Oh.
Friday, yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, we're going out to a rave on Friday.
Friday the 13th. We're raving in California.
Yeah, it is Friday the 13th. That's it.
No way.
Yeah, Friday the 13th.
He's already in his costume, look.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
out.
Hey, Isaac.
G'day,
How's
Isaac.
it going?
Isaac.
G'day,
what
mate.
about Sonny and I together? Double mics.
Yeah,
Pretty
nice.
good,
I
eh?
like it. Sounds
Sounds
good.
great.
Look even better.
Yeah.
We've got
Looking
two of
good,
everything.
feeling
Two
better.
mics, two parachutes.
So it's been
Yeah.
like a month. You just want to go around the room real quick and just say, like, where you been? Like, obviously, Sonny's in America, but he's not normally in America. Brett,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what you
Sonny,
doing there, Sonny?
Kick us off,
What's going
Sonny. Where
on?
you been, mate?
I've moved in with Brett, and I live with Brett. We go to the pool every day. We work out together. We make videos. I've been on a little bit of a tour. I went to Hong Kong. I was there for 4 weeks. I was covering my colleague Tom Rushton, helping out with his group for the Asian Games. So we had Siobhan, Sajan, a couple of Israeli girls who are really good, Anastasia, Daria. It was a really good group, and they've led to some great success. If you've seen how Siobhan has done in the last 3 weeks, you can see it was a very successful camp. So that was great. I then had a bit of vacation. I went to Tokyo in Japan. That was awesome. And then a little trip to Hawaii, saw John Florence surf. And then now California with the legend of the game, Brett Hawke. We're going to put a
Living the
suit on
dream.
later. We're going off the blocks.
Oh, we are today, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we're going to suit up today.
Are you guys
Yeah.
tapered or what? What's going on?
Brett shaved this morning.
He's fully shaved down.
He's fully shaved.
I'm always taken. Now you mentioned Siobhan, and I asked you a couple of weeks ago, give us a top 5 takeaways. Can you remember what you wrote there? Like in just general terms, what makes Siobhan special?
It's just like she's just really good at the basic stuff. Oh, excuse me. I'm dying.
Dying over here.
Whoa.
Espresso?
Oh, wow.
You need a minute.
Someone else
Need a
talk.
minute?
I'm dying.
All right. Let's come back.
What's happened?
Siobhan's been doing that quick that he's speechless. That's what's happened.
It's so spicy that
I'm
100.
legit dying here.
It is. Kurt,
Yeah.
what's your thoughts on Siobhan, mate? She's putting a name in the hat.
Yeah, just crazy, mate. Siobhan Bernadette Jorge, what can we say? She just gets better and better. We know she's good. Like, Olympic silver medalist, 1, 2. I think now we're starting to decide, is she more of a chance at the 1 than the 2? I think that's the only difference. Like, she's world-class in both. I think coming into this year, we all thought maybe the 200 was her better chance than the 100. And I think that's flipped now. I think she's a huge chance at that Olympic gold in the 100, and it is 51 time. And you're thinking Siobhan, you're thinking Molly O, you're thinking Shayna. Those 3 could very easily go sub 52, if not in Paris before Paris.
Yeah. Mate,
Agreed.
I like the sub 52 talk. I want to go even further here. Are we going? Is it too soon to talk 50 point for a woman here, Kurt?
Yeah.
I think we're going to find out. And at the end of the day, we've got, you call the US basketball team back in, 92, the dream team in Australia, and you see it in the comments. We talk about it all the time. We got the Queen team. And the list is long and strong. And for us and for those watching around the world, that Australian Olympic trials, it's going to be, there's no doubt about it, it's going to be harder than the Olympic final. And you have a ranking list and, go through it here right now, 1 to 8. You got Molly O in 1. You on the back of the form of the world champs, you probably put Shayna Jack in 2. Emma, who hasn't had, the year that you probably think she might have, but you can't discard Emma, obviously the current Olympic champion, and what she delivered in that relay final. She's still going 51s, okay, fly start, but she can still deliver big time. I've got her at 3. Meg Harris at 4, so that's your world championship relay. Then we get C1 back in action. What a return it's been for her. She was sublime at the World Cup. I thought that was outstanding. Probably got her in number 5 at the moment. Maddie Wilson right there in 6. And then it's Wunsch time. You've got Olivia Wunsch, won a 53.7 individual World Juniors. And she is not just a fantastic swimmer for her age, obviously just a teenager, but she goes up another level for the relays. And that's what makes her so exciting. She was smoking the boys at the Australian Age Championships in the mixed freestyle relays, coming from behind to take them out there. She won a 52.6 in the relay there at World Juniors. And then Bronte Campbell, who, C2, not on that level of Kate that we saw at the World Cup, but it wasn't a terrible comeback by her by any means as well, and her experience as well. There's your top 8. I'm probably missing a few as well, but those 8 just to make the final of the Australian Championships is going to be electric. And then Siobhan's she'll be waiting. She'll be waiting in Paris for whoever to make it. But yeah, who's going to make it there for Australia? At the moment, you think Molly and Shayna for the individual spots?
Yeah, well, there's going to be a lot of talk about that, and I think that's something that we'll continue to have here on this podcast. And I want to get Megs involved in that. I want to get Sunny involved for sure. We're going to continue that. But am I seeing an audition right now? I know Hugh Jackman stood down from Wolverine. Is this an audition?
Well, yeah. Well, we've seen what Sunny's been doing over the last month. I've just been in the gym for the last month. That's all I've been doing.
Haven't you? What? You've been in the gym. This is seriously, I mean, everything about you right now is my ultimate fantasy. A man bun. I can never get it.
Oh.
I would certainly want that. The female glasses. I love female glasses. I think they're incredible. A beard. Beard's been in for a while now. And then you're just ripped to shreds. What's going on?
I'm just trying to bring the Pat McAfee to the swimming world, and I think from Australia back from me and back from Siobhan, that 100 swim, third fastest in history, takes another 0.15 off her PB. Set a PB, Sunny at the Asian Games as well. So she's just tracking. She's tracking. She's always consistent. She's one of those people that doesn't have an off season. She's always up for it. She's always up for a race, and then throw in Purple Dragon. Chin Dynasty, this dude is just a monster. And, it's the year of the rabbit this year in the Chinese New Year. You know what the year is next year, don't you?
What is it?
Year of the Dragon. It's going to be the year of the Purple Dragon. And then,
of course it is.
Purple
Look at this.
Dragon.
Huh? Year of the Dragon,
man.
baby. Look at that bad boy.
That is all set in stone for him. He's ready.
You don't think I
The
picked
Purple
that up
Dragon's
in
gonna
Asia
be,
while I was out there? You know I did. Dragon. Yeah, that's my good luck charm for next year, baby. Kurt, we were going around the room just in terms of where we've been. Where have you been the last 4 weeks?
Hitting the gym. Look at
Frozen,
him.
obviously.
Yeah,
There he is.
the gym.
no, we're back. I'm just saying you can't talk about Purple Dragon without talking about Killer and Kaylee McEwen. And again, 51-2 triple. And then the 200 IM as well. And she's on that World Cup tour. She wants to cash up, and there's no reason why she can't take, max money. What she end up with 136 grand if she can get it done. So it's a pretty good payday US dollars, considering the way that Australian dollars is going at the moment too.
Why wouldn't you do that? If you were that good, why wouldn't you hit the circuit and just come away with 100 grand?
These guys got to pay for everything they want to do. We don't make much money in swimming. This is not the sport for that. And
No.
good for these guys cashing in, especially if they're good at, like, when it's short course World Cups, people like Dylan, Beta, they do a great job. When it's long course, why would Kaylee not come and
Yeah,
make some
dominate.
money? Yeah.
Why not?
Same thing goes for the Doha World Championships. So many of the heavy hitters aren't going to be there. It's going to be a big opportunity for some of the lower level swimmers to make a lot of money.
Yeah, who's this guy? Someone said, why is Popovich not going worlds? And this guy put, why would he? Why would he go to the World Championships? Sorry, if you're a swimmer and you don't want to go to the World Championships, sorry, where do you want to go? Club champs? You got a little meet down the road? God. Why would David Popovich go world champs?
Yeah. Why would he do? Let's get something in frame here.
I think it's also a new one. Like, no one's ever had a world championships in an Olympic year. So it's a first for everyone, right? So there's going to be different people doing different things. So I think that's what everyone's going to kind of focus on as well. It depends what you want to get out of that year. If you want to make some money, or if you're just coming into, maybe it's your last Olympics, so you're going to put everything into it. So we just haven't seen it before, which is exciting, but maybe a little bit silly. Is it not silly to have Worlds and Olympics on the same year?
It's silly. I'm sorry. I think it's silly.
Yeah,
We're like
Yeah.
4 months out or something from that meet. You got to travel. I mean, if you're Cam McAvoy,
call it something else.
If you're Cam McAvoy, you're part of Team Australia. This guy's got to like sit there for 7 days again to swim the 50 freestyle.
Yeah.
He's got to get on and off the bus with all these little kids. Like I just think it's out. I can't believe he's even going. That means he's got to spend 2 weeks getting over there and then just like maintaining his training for the Olympics the whole time. I don't know. It seems silly.
Yeah, and to call it a true world title too. Like it's not a world title.
They're contractually obligated. They didn't have a choice. It's a blowback from COVID. They did the deal with Qatar. They're stuck. There's nothing they can do about it. It's got to be done. Let's just do it and move on with it. But like you said, it's going to be tough to. You'd be great. Like I'd love to see Katie Ledecky go and just swim the 800, keep that record going. I'd love to see Sarah go, keep her record going as well. Just tick the boxes. It's just one of those frustrating things that we have to get over and get on.
Yeah, but this is like part of the problem, right? Is like we talked about this last time when Cam was on the podcast. Like you can't just show up and swim the 800 and then leave. Right? You got to be there the whole time. You got to follow all the rules. You got to be told when to get on the bus, when to get off the bus, when to go eat, all this stuff. Like it's not just like, hey, I'm just going to show up and I'm going to compete and I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised
in depth. I think
I wouldn't be surprised if they give a bit more. The teams give a bit more leeway at this one.
Yeah,
be like, if you want to do a one and done, come do a one and done. It'll be a lot. The relays aren't a big deal. US is all qualified. Australia's all qualified. Brits have got to come for the one and done. It's just one of those weird. It's one of those weird. It's the same at the World Cup. Like, mate, the World Cup records. You get a World Cup record, and you get a World Cup record, and you get a World Cup. Like we had 16 World Cup records, and I'm like.
Right.
That's great. Like we've raced World Cup long course, twice in 35 years.
That's right.
So like I'm all okay. We can say they are World Cup records, but just give a little bit of context, give it a little bit of preface. Like, come on, man.
You don't get anything for the World Cup record though, right? You don't get any more money or anything like that. It's just
you can put it on your Instagram bio though.
World Cup record champion. Sonny, you're good. How's the first? Are you good?
I nearly died earlier, and I'm actually fully recovered.
Okay, dramatic.
Fully recovered.
Sonny, talk to me about Siobhan's swim. You've looked at it a few times now from Berlin. It wasn't a perfect swim. It surprised herself as well. How much more improvement has she got? Because my takeaway was she's got a lot to give.
Yeah, look, the swim at World Championships is always going to be different because there's a different environment. It's for a world title. And she went out in 24.8 to the feet on that, which is very fast, And you're talking about 50 points in the future, but that's where it needs to improve. Girls need to go out in 24 flat for a 50 point. 24.8's as good as we get. And still, Molly O's not going 50 points. She goes out in 26. Like, sorry, but 52.0 is her benchmark. Until she starts going out in 24, doesn't matter how fast she can come back. So I think Molly O's got more areas to improve because she hasn't really hit the front end. But Siobhan, the front end's her best is 24.8. She's now done her first ever sub 27 back end. And that was a lot of the work. She loves the 200 work. She does a lot of great quality 200 sets. And she's very good. She's as good as they come for women in training. She blows people's mind on a regular basis on what she can do. And that was like a big focus of the last 15. She wasn't happy that she got beaten on the back end at World Champs. And, we was timing the last 15. We were making sure she was doing only one breath in the last 15. And that was like every set we done, accountability on that. And I think that really showed. I mean, Kate Campbell's with her for like 60 meters, and then she just drops her like it's unbelievable. Ridiculous. So, look, I don't know if she'll go faster at one of these meets. I mean, she's not going to be miles slower. So I don't see why she won't and can't be faster. I think it's exciting.
Now, when you say unhappy, what does unhappy mean to her? Like we see this really nice girl, smiling face, like great competitor, but like. When she goes off camera and she's unhappy, what does that mean?
Look, she'll come on the show after World Cups, and you can ask her. You can ask her the questions.
Beautiful.
We're going to get Siobhan on the show, so I can't talk for her I'm unhappy. It's just my interpretation of it. But she's a champion like anyone else, and she wants to win races. Like, you know, I don't know if any of you guys know great swimmers who don't enjoy winning and don't like losing. She don't like losing. She doesn't want to come second.
No.
But look at that 400, like 405, 400. Come on, man! Like drops it from the get go, and then bashes the 2, then the 1. Is this a lesson to young players? As always, we see in swimming, you can go down, but it's real hard coming up. And to be able to go from 4 to 2 to 1, it's only going to make her 2. The 4 only makes her 2 better. The 2 only makes her 1 better. Yeah,
her bread and butter in training is like that sort of, the 300 aerobic repeats, hitting threshold. She's really good at that. That's like the stuff she thrives at in training. She definitely sees herself as more of that like middle distance. She doesn't see herself as a pure sprinter. She doesn't like the 50, like, the likes of Siobhan and Sarah and Kate and some of them pure sprinters like the 50. She's not like a Pernilla. She likes the 200. She likes that longer stroke. So, yeah, she's always going to have a good 400. And actually, it was quite funny. Before Asian Games, she got like a DM on Instagram, and someone was like, "Why aren't you doing the 400 freestyle at Asian Games? Like, you're ranked 3rd in Asia. Why are you doing the 50 breaststroke? And then you're ranked 8th at the 50 breaststroke. She's got the bronze medal, 30.3. Like,
yeah.
Okay, she can swim 50 breaststroke. She's good at swimming. She's, we're trying. I'm trying to get her to do a 2 IM. So we're going to see if she can do that at US Open or something. And
I just want to go back real quick, Sonny, because I saw a lot of people saying that she was 24.8 to her feet, but that's not like what the results say.
No, she was 24.8 to her feet at world champ. She was 25.0. Kurt said about improvements. I think she can go 24.8 to the feet and still come back in 26. I think that's going to be. I think if she goes quicker at a World Cup, it will be because she goes out a little bit quicker and still comes back on the 26, and that will be 51 something. So
agreed.
Megs, here's a good point here. What's going on, Kurt and Megs? Why aren't you commentating the World Cups?
That's the $1 million question.
Tell us the background here. Like, how does this happen? How do you guys get asked to do these things or not asked? Tell me.
Just contacts, I think. I think it's and having kind of a little bit of creating some content out there, and just I think the European kind of circuit is a little bit different because Australia is so far away. You kind of get a little bit lost in the European kind of circuit. So, and depends on money, I'm sure, and availability and what they want. If they maybe they don't want to do too much commentating online, I have no idea, but I'd be all over it. I'd be putting my hand up for sure.
You two are the best. You two will kill it together.
World
that's why we
Cups
have you on this
fun.
show. You guys have killed it. Kurt, you do have some good news though. What's coming up for you?
Yeah, it looks like we've just locked in European short course, so I'll be commentating that in Bucharest in December. So me and Popovici will be there.
Popovic will hang out together, eh?
I've made a bit of contact with World Swimming as well. Sent a message to Mike Unger and just said, listen, let's have a chat and see what we can get moving forward for a package for World Aquatics for the commentary, and been speaking to Bobby Hurley as well. And, shout out to John Mason as well. The guy, he's been on the World Cup tour for a long time now. He does the pool deck stuff. It's a tough gig. He's got to go out there. He does all the announcing. Then he goes in and does the 1, 2, 3 interviews. He's got great energy. He loves the sport.
Yeah, he does.
But like I said, we just need that energy in the booth.
Yeah,
and just to add on a couple of and within budget, obviously, and there's the things that I don't want to give too much away to Mike, but just simple things like a pre-show, maybe 1 hour before, table on pool deck. Let's gear it up. Let's see what, we can talk some smack and pump these kids up and get people excited about it. And then a post show as well. Get a couple of swimmers on the post show, a bit more in-depth interviews and just some simple stuff within budget. But
what do you mean within budget, mate? Like we're talking about World Aquatics here. They're giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars to the swimmers. Like, can we spare a couple of thousand for the commentators?
Well, look at the moment now. You've got a World Cup circuit of 3 legs, and we can all agree that is that it's not optimal. And moving forward, and we can talk about this as well, it's got to get to 8 to 10 legs. We've got to have a designated season every year. Do we go, do we alternate short course, long course every 2 years? And I think the future of this and the future of the money is, and I'm going to say it's China. China is where it's at. And with, the way Chin, the Purple Dragons been swimming,
Yufei
Zhang Yufei. You have a look at the comment section when they're racing on YouTube. It is solid. And then when either of those two come up, it is like the 4th of July. It lights up. And the Chinese comments, I don't understand them, but I'm assuming from not having any Mac Horton poo emojis there that they're all positive. And it's another level. It's a huge.
It's a little more like the
It's
Chinese
a huge
New Year than the 4th of July.
You know what I mean? It's a huge population. You're talking 1.4 billion people. And if Dragon's going to turn it on next year, like you think he will, it's a huge market. I want to see World Cups in China. Especially with not having Russia now. I think having China, this next generation of China, this fun generation, they speak better English, they're open, they're racing, they're smiling. They're just great ambassadors for the sport, and I can't get enough of Chinese swimming right now. Like like for the men, if you would have ever told me the history of World Cups or that, what I'm most looking forward to, 50 and 100 breaststroke. Like, what are you talking about? They're the two biggest events in the men's program of the World Cup. Like, I can't take my eyes off it, and the return of Petey, and we can talk about that as well. And but yeah, it's great to watch, and swimming's got to capitalize on that Chinese market.
Did you see Chin on Instagram? He posted, "It was a good experience. Thank you. We competed together and studied together. There were no rivals along the way, only friends and teachers. Thank you, Berlin."
Oh, bless.
And then Petey put a pleasure to race, and Chin put back, "No matter what the future holds, you will encourage generations of people." As if to say, you're not going to win again, but you're still encouraged.
Still dude.
You're still encouraged. Yeah. But no matter what happens, I think that's pretty ballsy. Maybe it was a translation thing.
What's the new tattoo he's got across his stomach?
Into the light.
Yeah, what does it say?
Yeah, that's what he's gone into the light. That's good.
What does it say? Such
Into
as
the
what?
light.
Oh, into the light.
I think it's a quote from Poltergeist, the movie.
Oh, wow.
Is it?
Into the light.
Let's talk about some grading for these comeback swimmers. And for Kate Campbell,
Is it a comeback though?
Well, it is.
No,
We
it's
haven't
6
seen
months.
have we?
6 months is not.
Well, she didn't race Worlds like any of these swimmers.
Campbell.
So I'm talking the likes of Kate Campbell,
fair enough.
Bronte, Adam Peaty, Larkin, Leclos. I'd give Kate an A. Like for Kate to come back, she's exactly where she's going to be.
Give her an A+.
She'd be on it. Give her an A. Give her an A. A solid effort. If right now, if you had to pick the Olympic team now, she's on that Olympic team. She's going to be her 5th Olympics, and she's going to be fighting for a spot in that relay final. Bronte, maybe a C+, has some work to do, but she's there, mate. C+. I thought Petey, I thought B. I thought a B for Petey. Like to go sub-minute.
PB plus 3.
6 and 100
PB
breast.
plus
What do you
3 gets a B.
But he's got mate 3rd and a 50. I thought B, and then I thought Larkin and Leclos, mate D. They got some work to do. Those two.
Can you spell these out, a little YMCA, while you do this? Spell out.
I feel like that's an Aussie thing, right? Like A is the best, and the further you go down.
Petey got a B
So
for
what do
going
you- what-
3.1
what do you think?
seconds
Yeah, I
off
don't
his
think
PB.
anyone else grades it
Well-
like we do. So
Well, then, how did you? Well, can you give us some context on the grading then? Like, how did they earn these grades? Tell us what was the swim that earned the grade?
Well, I think for Kate, the double 50 and 1 both looked great,
What did she go in the 100? I didn't see the 100.
53.
She's there second. Got
53.6.
second in the 53, 24-1. She went 24-1 in the heat, so back-to-back 24-1s. 53-2 in the 100 free, second behind Siobhan. She's not. We're not under any illusions here. She's not going to go top 2 of the Australian trials next year. She's not going to get an individual start.
Oh wow! You're already calling that
A B, but
She's not, we saw in that second. She's not a. But we saw when she was talking smack post World Champs on Australian commercial television about the US.
Cowbell.
She's not going to be talking trash unless she knew she was going to be up for it, and she was swimming fast, and she's swimming fast enough. And for her to be a part of that 4x1 for a 4th consecutive time at a 5th Olympics, that's the driver. That's a huge stat.
How old
for
is she?
her.
Kurt? How old is she?
Old. And then we saw
Old.
She did what?
I think
into
she's
her
30.
32.
Yeah, into her 30s, and then
31? I mean, she's a puppy.
and then we
still.
spoke about who's the best swimmer of all time never to win an individual Olympic gold, and that's Jenny Thompson. And then Kate Campbell's kind of going to be right up there with the likes of Jenny Thompson as well. Maybe on not that same level because of Jenny's versatility and the amount of medals that she's won overall, but Kate is just a phenomenal talent. Petey, I just thought Petey for a B. The time that Petey has been out, he's been out a long time. It's a big roller coaster.
He raced at the beginning of
emotionally.
2023. He's raced this calendar year. He's not been. Yeah, he raced in like January, February.
What, at the Adam Petey?
Well, it's now October. Like, come on. Like, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. I think it's a big time to come back.
3.1.
I'm happy he's back.
What are you giving him?
And
what's your grade?
A D.
A D.
Oh my God.
A D minus.
No love from the home country, bro.
You know,
No
we watched
way,
the
like-
show and you just gave him a D.
I'm giving him
he's
a
got-
C.
Hey, what's it? He's not going to be sitting there going, "Nice job, 59. I'm back." No, he's not. He'll give himself a D.
Oh, okay.
He did
I'm not
sound pretty
saying
positive,
I'm not
though.
saying like it's a. I'd say B. I'm just happy to see him back. I'm happy to see him on the podium. He
did
showed
better than I
signs in the
thought, too.
50. Yeah, he did sub-minute.
B
This
minus.
dude, he'll be
you
fine.
gave him
minus
you gave him
all
a Gavin
day.
Dressel B. Just nice to be back.
He was training with Ben Tintley in April. Yeah, well, that's the same. Hey, I saw Dressel smile the whole trials. He's not going to be giving himself an A star for the happiness. No, this is competitive swimming.
I thought he was going to go faster, to be fair. I thought Petey was
going to go faster. He's freaking Adam
Absolutely.
Petey. You see all these times Chin's doing, and they're like 12th in history, 11th in history, because Adam Petey has been 57, 5 and quicker on so many occasions. He used to do it like that.
Yeah, I agree. Look, when
2
he came into
seconds
the
or
light,
3
I thought he was
seconds.
going to go 55. When
Yeah.
he started tattooing coming into the light on his stomach, I thought this is a whole new Petey. We're going to see something special, and he went backwards. It's like someone turned the light off.
Oh no!
All I'm saying, like, I give him a B because he's tracking. He's on track. You can see where he can go. You can see that he's on the move. There's nothing. It's not panic stations. Whereas when you look at Leclos and Larkin, that's some panic stations now. I don't know where they go. Where do they go from here? Those two.
Who'd you say, Larkin?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what crack with Larkin. Leclos not had a break. Leclos not.
He's been really sick, though, right?
Which
Chad's
Larkin?
just pulled out
Remind me which Larkin we're talking about.
Mitch Larkin.
Mitch Larkin's back swimming.
He raced.
He raced?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Mitch Larkin's back? Where did he swim? What did he swim?
World Cup.
What did he do?
Backstroke events.
Who's he training with?
He got a D. He trained with
Oh, no, you earned the D. Who's he training with?
I gave him an E.
Where's he training? Mitch Larkin's back? No one told
Yeah,
me.
he trains with Vince Rayleigh. Yeah.
Vinny. Yeah.
Vinny Chase.
Mitch Larkin's back. Oh, he earned that D. What did he do?
Nothing.
I have no idea. McCurry, what did he swim?
He swam
still
50,
going.
100, 200 back.
He's still going.
No, come on. He's still going. He made the final in the 2 back because only 9 guys competed, I think. So.
Mitch Larkin.
But where's the gaps? Where are the gaps? Where is Leclos? Like, what's Leclos and Larkin's number 1 shot for Paris? Like, let's start with Leclos. Where's he going? Like 100? Is he going for 100 free?
Chad is 100 fly. It's simple. Mitch's 200 backstroke is the weakest event in world swimming. And just put it out there. Mitch's 200 back short course world record is one of the most ridiculously impressive swims ever in existence.
Oh, look.
145. Go to a short course meter pool and see how far you get in 1 minute 45.
Yeah, he had shoulder surgery. I didn't know. I didn't even know he was back. Honestly, when you said Larkin, I was like, am I missing a Larkin here? Like, which Larkin? What are you talking about? Isn't there another Larkin breaststroker in Australia? Female?
Harkin.
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 and
Abby
Larkin.
Harkin.
Common mistake.
I can forgive you. I'll forgive you, Hockey Matt. Dead set. There was more Australians in Berlin than there is in Ibiza in the middle of July. There was 1,000 of them there. It was crazy. Every Australians coming out of the woodwork.
There were Australians everywhere, weren't there?
Okay.
Oh.
Mitch Larkin
That's a
come
long way to
18th
go.
in the 50 backstroke. He went 26.2.
Oh, yuck.
26.0 actually. It was 26.0. Come 18th.
Okay.
Um,
Larkin. What about Cody Simpson? He was there. He made a couple of finals. What's his grade? Pop star making
Should
finals?
he be there? Should he be there?
Why
Should he be?
shouldn't
Should he be? Well, I'm just asking a
Why-
question.
why
Should he
can't-
be there, or is he better off being back in the program and back
Nah,
doing
I
more
think-
Man,
training?
he needs racing. You can't.
Yeah,
beat
I think-
racing.
Is that what he needs?
I think he
Oh,
needs
racing,
racing. And
yeah.
also he's said
Racing.
out publicly that this is his, this is his last kind of, Olympic cycle. He's first and only, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
going to definitely go back to music afterwards. So
Yeah, sure.
I say he wants to enjoy World Cup. He wants to travel with swimming. And I think racing is absolutely number 1. You can't really,
No.
you
Racing,
can't
I
really
told
beat
him, I said,
racing.
"Get on the
Yeah, you've
circuit,"
got to.
yeah. He's got to get behind the blocks. He's got to feel comfortable because we saw him uncomfortable standing next to Chalmers at trials. Like he was uncomfortable visibly, right? So
and he's
Chalmers got the better of him in that one. So like you can't get up next to Chalmers again at the Olympic trials and feel uncomfortable. You got to feel like you are going to take that swim, and the only way you get there is by racing more. So I'm 100% behind it, and I'm stoked. He's making finals, mate. It's massive. Good for him.
He's swimming pretty quick in the mornings too. Like his heat swims are pretty similar to his final swims. So I'm not too sure that
He
maybe
only made
something
one
to
final.
work on. Oh, he made
No,
one.
didn't he
But-
make the 100 free final?
No.
I didn't make
No,
that.
No,
Is that
is that B finals at
No,
World Cup?
no, he made the 100 fly final and went slower. He went in third seed and went slower.
So I think that's something maybe to work on, between heat and final. That's where you want to improve.
Yeah,
But
he's making extra money between swims. He's singing all the national anthems for the podiums.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
And he was showing off his new Prince Neptune shirts in a cafe in Berlin. He's making money at every avenue except on swimming.
Okay,
But
enough. Let's go. Let's get on with some other swimmers and check on. Let's get on with check on and this dude. 200 back.
Here, look, here's a picture of check on. There he is.
Oh, he's a dream boat.
200 back, 156.6.
He's a dream boat.
Man, he's got. I thought Michael Andrew had the torso like the Stretch Armstrong torso. Mate, I was wrong. Check on's got a better one. 200 back, 156.6. Did that surprise you? 200 his 200 back was just brilliant. 100 free as well, 47.9. 100 back, 52.2. He's got some tools in the kit, doesn't he? And
what was with the
he's
American
exciting
cap?
prospect.
I never got that. What happened?
Can we figure this out?
Like,
Do you guys
what,
know?
He was wearing an American cap.
I read it's there's the cap.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, has it got a name on it?
No,
No,
it's got
it
no
doesn't.
name, but he commented on Instagram. Someone said why, and he said, it's my girlfriend's. So,
Mate, dude. I love this guy. I love this guy to death. But, mate, he dresses like his mother just went and bought him an outfit from Forever 21. Like, he's sponsored by Arena. He rocks up on the podium.
The guy in the female sunglasses.
I cannot deal with
Mate,
this.
I'm not on prime time. I've made my money. I'm not on prime time.
Megan,
Like, dude, get this guy. You're Italian.
double A.
Oh. See, dreamboat.
Listen to the guy in the
He's
female
the worst
sunglasses
dressed
giving
Italian
him a
on
grade
pool
how he
deck.
looks.
Get this guy some fashion on pool deck. Like, ditch the US flag. Would any of you guys wear a foreign cap in a like maybe at training? But would you ever wear one in competitive racing?
I think I
like
did
this, a little bit of
couple
fun,
times.
Megs, right?
Yeah, a bit of fun. Actually, one of my caps broke, so I had to borrow someone else's. But I don't know. Maybe it is his girlfriend's. That's cute. Like,
Who cares? Get one that's
It's
fashionable.
cute.
Get one that's Nah, it's lame. It's
He's at
lame.
the World Cup. He's at the World Cup. He's not at the World Champs. He's not at the
Yeah,
Olympics.
he's
The
definitely
Olympics
not
would be a whole
shaved
different
down,
idea. He's at the World Cup having fun, mate. He's on the flare.
swimming quick,
loving it.
though.
Mate,
Like,
get
he's
the
swimming
Prada,
quick.
get the Armani out, get this good-looking kid. Look at $1 million. He's got the look. He's the best-looking guy in swimming. Capitalize on it. Like, take a look at,
Maybe he's not into brands though. Maybe he's a home brand guy. Maybe he's just
he's Italian for Christ's sake.
No.
Pretty sure he's
gotta be
sponsored
like-
by all of these brands.
Look at the way
Yeah.
Brad Pitt dresses. They all dress the same at that level. The homeless look is in.
Yeah, it's like the
No,
cool.
mate,
look.
Leon.
It's like
you
they're
see
not
what
trying.
Leon just got his high end deal, and like no disrespect, Leon can swim lights out. He's not a good looking dude though. Like he needs some makeup.
Oh wow!
I think
It's okay.
I think
I think he's like the guy next door, right?
Mate, Leon's not modelling. Checon's modelling, and
Yeah.
just on the cap as well. We can go on, and Hawkeye knows as well, but Dragancia back in 2004, the Croatian, wearing the Cal Berkeley cap in his 50 and 100 free finals and the Olympic finals in the Cal Bears cap. And he got second in the 50.
Yeah, he got silver, 100th of a second in the Cal Bears cap. Yeah, that's
classic.
extreme, but yeah, I don't know.
That's next level.
Wouldn't
But
do it
yeah,
at the
come on, man.
Olympics. What about this collab?
Check
Hey,
on.
swimsuit guy and Armani. Is that
Big
coming?
Chris. Yeah, it's out there now, but yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Talking about caps, did you see serial killer? Kelly
Greenwich.
McEwen. She's wearing double caps now. So she used to just wear like single Speedo over the top, and now she's gone to double caps. And she said, "I don't know how I've not done this earlier." So she's
Why? Why's she doing it?
I don't know. She's changed goggles as well. So
Whoa.
she's
Magic 5?
yeah, she's got the Speedo speed sockets, I think they're called.
What was she wearing before?
She's wearing is it opals? Are they opals?
Oh my
Speedo
God.
opals.
Yeah, the big
she's worn them
chunky
since
ones.
she's
Oh, yeah.
she said she's
Scuba mask.
worn them since she was 13. So now she's gone seamless cap over the top. So I don't know. It might be faster, who knows? But that was interesting. She's getting
Well,
serious.
57.9
Again.
seems to be working pretty well for her. But Kaylee, the one takeaway from that
she's
first
good.
showing for Kaylee, she is who we think she is, but her skills, is it me or
Yeah.
do her skills
Nah,
get better
she's-
every time she's racing now?
Yeah, I think Bowley said that she's been working on her skills, and you can see that she's disciplined. She's disciplined off the start. She's disciplined off the turn. She's going maybe like 13 or 14 meters off that turn in the 100 backstroke. So
Well, I love that
she's
she's
got to have
racing
good
too.
legs.
You know, like I don't think the
Yeah, I
Aussies
love
race
that.
enough. I'm glad the Aussies are over there racing. I think it's
Yeah,
great.
and it's a
Should be
big
more of
team
it.
for the Aussies too. I'm pretty happy to see that.
Yeah,
Her boyfriend won
Yeah.
too. Brendan Smith won the 400
Yeah,
IM.
4am, yeah. By
Mm.
.02.
God, he's
Mate,
last.
Kaylee's there. Kaylee's there to get a deposit on her home. That's what she's there for, and she's
Is
going
Bowley,
to
is
get it.
Bowley with him? Is he over there with
Yeah,
him?
Bowley's there. Yep,
Oh, is there
Bowley's
with him?
over there. Yeah.
Who's with
Janelle Pallister.
back
Holding
home,
the
Janelle?
fort.
Yeah, holding the fort down, yeah.
They've been all
And
three
speaking
days.
of Janelle, Lani PB, 400,
Yeah,
800.
Lani, big PB in the
860.
800.
8:16.
That's moving. She
That's
did a
good
PB
for
in the
the
4,
longer
PB in
events.
the 800.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that surprise? Does that come as a surprise for you? Like this time in the season, but Lani's very similar to a Siobhan type, where she doesn't have an off season. She can go 24/7, 365. She is a super fit human.
Yeah, Lani's like, she's pretty fit mostly all the time. But I think with Lani, she's still learning about experience. She's learning how to kind of have that nervous energy and put it into swimming. So I think at Worlds, she just kind of got a little bit long course Worlds. She just got a little bit ahead of herself. She said she got really nervous and probably didn't swim her best. So now World Cups, there's no pressure. There's no pressure. The only pressure is how much money do you want to make? So that's the only pressure. So for her, I think it's fun. You get to travel to 3 different countries. There's no pressure. So that's when some PBs can happen. That's when the magic kind of happens. So I think she's still learning, which is good. If you're learning in swimming, then that's the only way forward. So she's learning to kind of, just get that experience, keep racing, and go through, everything you go through in a swim race behind the blocks, that you can do it, at Olympics or a world championship. So I think for her, it's only going to get better. I hope she's good. She's a good chick.
We haven't even got on the Michael Andrew train yet. Like, are we ready to get there? You want to go?
Let's just finish off with let's just go with Danis Rapsis as well before we move on to Michael
When is
Andrew.
he in the comeback rankings? Yeah, he must be
28. He's 28 now. He's been around forever, and I think the thing with Rapsis was he was a short course specialist, and he loved short course racing. He had it in his head, I think, for a long time that. There was a time there where he was probably the number 1 short course swimmer in the world for a couple of years. And now that I think the pennies dropped that, mate, no one cares about short course. It comes to the Olympics, you've got to race long course. These are the things that matter. And then now for him to step up, 400 free, 344.8, he's just over a second off his best that he hasn't swum in almost 4 years. Won the 200 free as well, runner up in the 200 IM. I think this is a guy that sees his window closing, and he's going to try and make the most of it in this Olympic.
Where does he train? Who does he train with? Anyone know?
I'm not sure.
No.
Rapsis? Oh, no idea.
I sorry, when was he a short course specialist? He won Worlds and got disqualified for a flyer in the 200 freestyle. That's what screwed him up. He's always been a good long course 200 free. 144.
Surely he's been a better short course swimmer than a long course swimmer in his career.
He's
I don't know him that
144
well.
200 free long course. I mean, yeah, he's good. He's good at both, but he was never the best short course swimmer in the world at any point. But
He's had a couple of great world short course champs. Surely he cut sick on a few.
Yeah.
He had
I think the bottom line
he
is
crushed some World
had
Cups
some
as
good
well.
swims. He's been a good swimmer, and he's dropped off the page, and no one really knows why he's dropped off the page.
That's it. 144.3 long course.
Yeah, where's he
That's not a short course swimmer.
So he was at this meet. What did he do at this meet?
He went 3:44, 400 free. He didn't make the final. He come 9th. Someone withdrew because he probably slipped them a check, and then he dropped 8 seconds from heat to final and went 3:44.
Gone the
and
Van
won by
Elmsek
4
route.
seconds.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he was 9th. He was out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So he had a good swim there.
He won the 200 as well, right? Not as quick. 140.
Not as
Yeah,
quick.
won the 200, second the 200 IM.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. So he's,
No, it's
what's
good.
his grade?
It's
What
good
was
to see
his
him back.
grade? He was a B plus or A? What was he?
hey, solid A.
Yeah,
Solid
A.
A. Solid A.
Yeah.
Solid A.
Solid A.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
I give him a B. I'm harder than that.
He got third overall, the MVP. Like,
Yeah, well, he missed the final though. You can't be,
No, but he got in it. He got in the final.
he
and
got
won.
in.
Yeah, I
It was all
know,
part
but he
of the
got
plan.
9th. Really, that's like let's be real. He got.
You want to
9th.
take the medal off him?
No, we're not. No. But like, don't mess around in the heats, mate. Like,
Are they
you
getting
can't do that
medals?
Olympics. You
They
can't
get
do that.
medals?
They get medals.
They do get medals?
They get
Yeah,
medals.
Chad has them everywhere because he's got 150 golds. They're literally
So-
in his parents' house. They're everywhere.
Back to Chad.
I wondered where they
he's
were.
been really sick though. Yeah, Chad has been really sick. That's why he's been out of the water, or what?
Yeah, he's
Anyone know?
had a bad luck run. Bad run.
Yeah, and he's focused on Olympics next year. Like, is he going?
Yeah.
He's fully focused.
Yeah.
What do you mean by sick? That's a very broad statement, you know? What's
Yeah,
sick?
give us some
Sick of
more.
what?
He just gets sinus issues,
Yeah.
and he just can't. Like the doctors say, he can't go in the pool, and then he tries to rush it back, and then he gets iller again.
Has he had the sinus surgery?
He's had the sinus surgery. Yeah, he was pretty good for like about 8 months afterwards, but it's more. I think it's just the not taking enough recovery time, and
He does
You know-
like to punish himself, doesn't he?
he'll go
Yeah.
like so hard from session 1. Like session 1, he'll go like 31's fly best average, and then he'll get ill again because you can't do that.
Yeah, a bit
when
more
you've had 3 weeks
consistency.
out. It's not like 4 weeks no training. It's like a week of no training, 5 days back, 3 days out, 2 days back. That's kind of what it
He's
looks
trying to rush. Yeah, trying to rush too much as well.
Yeah, a lot of people throwing their hat into the ring in the 100 free. He's one of the guys, but like there's some separation at the top now. It feels like with maybe the top 5 guys, really, doesn't it? It feels kind of like there's a top 5 right now on the world scene,
Yeah.
don't you think?
Megs was on the money in that, the Chinese don't care about world champs. It was Asian Games for them. And then when
Yeah.
you saw their flex at Asian Games, then you got a taste of what they can do next year. And, Pan is going to be a serious problem. We know that. And like I said, it's epic for Chinese swimming. I'm excited. And
They're building.
that
They're
100
definitely building.
Yeah, they're building. And they're building in a good way, in a fun way. And
Yeah.
you know what? And we talk about China's excitement. Man, Japan, just disappointment. Just they've really dropped it, and it's been a big crash for them. And I think they're going to have to take a real good hard look in the mirror if they continue this run and have a complete car crash in Paris, which it looks like it's going to be.
What is going on?
Anyone
in
that
Japan?
anyone that does business around the world knows Japan you can do business pretty much anywhere in the world, in the Western world, and then there's Japan. It's a really hard place. It's different, culturally it's very different. They don't like outsiders. It's very tough for professional women there as well to rise up. I think they need some outsiders in there in Japanese swimming, and we've seen it in other sports for them. Certainly seen it in rugby. I've had a lot of friends go over and play pro rugby in Japan and coach rugby in Japan to success. We've seen it in the Football World Cup. They've brought in foreign coaches that have helped as well. But yeah, Japan's got to open the gates up and put everything on the table if they want to get back. And I'm
Feels
sure
like they need some help with the sprint revolution, over
Brett,
here.
get over there, Brett.
Get over there. Do some swimming.
I'm sure Kosuke, Kitajima, he doesn't, he knows this, and he'd be my first, port of call. But Japan's in some serious trouble right now.
Yeah, I might reach out to Kosuke.
Reach out to Kosuke, yeah.
Just say, mate, I need some help. With
He's doing
sprint."
some master swimming. He went like 29.50 breaststroke the other day.
Ooh,
Come on, like
we don't need him. We've got a relay.
let's
We've got a
focus
relay
on-
to win.
Let's focus on
Brett,
Japan swimming.
who are your top 500 freestylers? Going back to that, you said there's 5 guys.
Yeah,
in
it's 5.
separation.
Who's the top
Who are your
5?
5?
Wow,
I
the
had
5. Well,
like
there's
3.
Pan, right? Pan just
Pan
went
the man.
46.
Mhm.
Pan the man, he's in there. You're always putting Popovich in. He's the world record holder.
You have
no
to.
doubt. We need to get on him and figure out what's going on there in a second. So you got Popovich, you got Pan. You've obviously got Chalmers. Chalmers is always there. He's shaved his
Always.
head now. He looks like a natural born killer.
He's a traitor.
So he's ready to go. Top
The
3.
dog.
If Dressel is swimming, he's always in my top
Yep.
5. Dressel's a top 5 guy, and if he's there, he's there. And then you've got Maybe the other American, what's his name?
Jack Alexi.
Jack Alexi's got
Jack
it.
Alexi.
You know, he's look at the size of that guy and the talent and the ability to kind of, get it done. At the World Champs was really impressive. And he's young, he's hungry, he's big, he's well coached, he's got some experience. Like, yeah,
big
he's
ceiling.
going to be there.
Big ceiling.
Big ceiling. He's going to be there. And then who else is in the mix? Then you've got
Maxime, Matt Richards.
Maxime is not in my top
Not-
five.
not in your top five,
No,
no.
he hasn't broken in.
Matt Richards, is he an outsider?
Matt
still?
Richards, he's not in my top
He's
five.
200 freestyle more.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's 203.
Check on 47.9.
No,
no.
get out of town.
Okay.
Go and get dressed.
Jeez.
No, check on.
What else? And then who else? Is
Check-on's
there?
in my
Is there
top
someone I'm
five.
missing?
You've said 5. You have said 5.
Yeah, I've said 5, but there's,
You want more?
is there anyone I'm missing? Is what I'm saying.
Who is the podium
legitimate?
this year at Worlds? Chalmers,
Mhm.
Chris
Alexi.
Alexi, yeah.
Maxime? No.
Who was third? Anyone? Anyone comment?
We are
section?
so bad at swimming. We don't even know the top 3. We only know winners here. We only know number 1.
Kalashnikov. Kalashnikov's not my top 5.
If Klesnikov is
Nah.
top 5 if he can swim, 100%. 47-1. He is 100% top
Oh,
5.
he did it once.
Mate, Klesnikov will be there if he's at the Olympics. He will be on the podium 100 freestyle if he's at the Olympics.
Okay, well then, is Kalashnikov going to be at the Olympics? Tell
I
me
hope
this.
so.
Kurt, is he going to be there?
It's not looking good. It's not looking
Oh.
good at the moment.
Yeah.
It's one step forward, 2 steps back in that
Yeah.
relationship with Russia right now.
It's a tough
and,
one.
And yeah,
What about
it's
the
gonna be-
backstroker? What's his name? The backstroker comes out and wishes President Putin.
Evgeny's never going
happy
to
birthday.
Olympics ever
Did
again.
you see the happy birthday tweet?
That's not good.
For the other day, he comes
Not
out
good.
and puts out a happy birthday to the
Not
greatest
good.
leader on earth. I don't know if he's ever going to go.
He's never going to the
He's
Olympics
not.
ever again.
He's gone. Yeah.
Seriously, who got
That was
third? It's really
lot
bothering
of
me.
It was Maxime. Maxime got bronze.
Yeah,
I
I
got
thought it
the-
was him.
Yeah, he's not top
Maxime
5.
Yeah.
did say that.
He beat Pan by 0.01. He beat,
Yeah, I got that.
He beat
Said
number
that.
1 by
Oh, I'd be
0.01.
panned.
Not top 5. Not top 5.
Cam was unshaved. He was getting ready for the next meet. Yeah, that was just a
True.
warm up for him. If you beat the top guy in your warm up meet, then you're ahead of him.
And he won the 100 fly too.
Who?
Yeah, but we're not talking about 100 fly meter.
Maxime.
No. We're talking about.
Oh.
100
He's top
freestyle.
500
but I
fly.
still
Maxime's
feel
top
like he should
500
be
fly. We're not
top
disputing
5.
that.
Is anyone doubting my
I
dress?
don't know
top
if Meg's
five?
talking about top 5 hottest or top 5.
Oh, we're not
He's got
talking about
Maxime,
Check on.
check on.
like,
Dressel.
guys.
No, is anyone
Dressel.
doubting my Dressel top 5?
Dressel,
Huh?
No,
100.
I'm definitely not.
Dressel's always top 5.
Yeah, Dressel's top 5.
We got a Dressel update. Is he going to be in Doha? Is he going to be in Doha? Can he be in Doha?
He's got a race in the next 2 weeks to get to Doha.
He's not going to Doha. Here's an exclusive. I just did an interview with Lindsay Mintenko about an hour ago, managing director of the U.S. national team, and we had an exclusive with her. It's going to come out tomorrow, everybody.
Sweet.
And I'll give you one of her answers. It doesn't look likely that Dressel is going to Doha at all. No, he's not. He's not going to Doha. No. He would have to qualify under the standards, which means he would have to post a number 1 time in the world in that event, basically to jump ahead of Jack Alexi or someone like that. So Jack Alexi is going to be the first port of call in the 100 free. They're going to give him the spot. If he says no, they're going to go down the next one. So basically, Dressel would have to post a time that would be somewhere in the top 10 in the world, which is not going to happen in the next 2 weeks. And according to Lindsay, I don't think he even wants to go to Doha. So no, I don't think it's not happening. No.
What's their criteria for the US team? What is that?
Well, Sonny,
For Doha.
they put it out months ago, and Sonny read it to me today, and basically give us an update on the criteria.
So from October 2022 to November the 1st, 2023, the top American in each event, not including the 50s strokes, will be invited. If they turn it down, so if Brett's number 1, 50 freestyle, and he says no, they then invite number 2. And they go all the way to the 10th place. If 10th place says no, it's done. No one's in that event.
So they're taking 14 men, 14 women.
Maximum.
They are going to offer relays if they want to. If the 14 who are there want to swim a relay, they'll offer it and let them do it.
Yeah, cool.
They're not going to just force them to do it. But if they say, hey, we want to put a team together, they will swim relays. But obviously they're not trying for a qualification. But yeah.
So will Michael Andrew go?
Well, he's going to have to post a time, isn't he? He's got a couple of weeks to do it. They're taking qualification all the way up to
November the 1st.
And what's the meet right before that? Is Isn't there some
US Open?
No. The US Open's out, but there's a meet coming up, like a Pan Ams or something, is it? Or,
Pan American Games.
Yeah, Pan Ams. So that's coming.
Yeah. Is Michelangelo going to that? I know a few of the second tier guys.
Yeah.
I'm not Michelangelo's first tier, just to clarify.
But Michelangelo would have to post a time that would be number one in that time period for him to get an automatic qualification. And what are we talking here? We're talking a 50 free at about a 21-4.
21-4.
We're talking what else is he 100 fly? What's the number one American?
Probably
right
50.6. Dere.
Yeah, Dere, yeah. So you have to post that. So
on that criteria, if one of those guys pulls out of the 50 free, he's just slot straight in, and then he can plug and play any other race he wants.
Yes, exactly that. So right now, he's basically, if it stopped now, the qualifying period, he would have to hope that Jack or one of these other guys, Nick Fink, says no, and then when he's there, if he's got a FINA A cut, he can do whatever he wants in them events. So he can go and swim 10 events if he's got the A cuts for them.
Yeah. So there's a possibility Michelangelo might be at Doha, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about MA here in Berlin. Like, mate, the guy's been on the World Cup tour since he was about 8 years old, so he knows how to play the game. And I'll give him full credit where credit's due. He knows how the system works. And I think the US were a pretty big fail in Berlin for the most part. I just don't think they quite grasp or understand how to race the World Cups properly. And I think it's just do as many events as possible and just smash them all out. And I don't think it's effective. For the likes of Husk and Grimes, where they just overloaded a bit too much. Andrew's got it right on the money, and victory in the 50 fly, 51.6. He was only 0.86 off his PB. Runner up in the 50 free, took out the 50 back. 24.4. He's only 0.08 off his PB there, and second in the 50 fly. And president of the Michael Andrew fan club, Sonny. You're pretty happy with his first performance. What grade would you give him there in Berlin?
I just feel like swimmers need to get the credit they deserve, and he's a great swimmer, and I think he's doing a good job. I think he had a really bad year, probably the worst year ever in his swimming career last season, and he's already swimming faster than he did the whole year first meet back. So I'm super stoked for him, and I'm excited to see what he ends up doing this year.
Well, he got criticised for not doing the work, and then he comes back and he's doing the work and swimming fast, and we're still finding ways to criticise him. It's just like I think we're just going to treat Michelangelo like people are going to treat him like that, where they just always find things to nitpick at him. And like he makes these adjustments, he makes the improvements, he does things. He reignites his ambition and desire. He admits the defeat and the failure, and then he does something about it, and we still find ways to criticize him. And yet here he is winning World Cups and swimming multiple events, and he's just one of those guys that is good for swimming, mate. He's just good for swimming. He's just everywhere. He's always accessible. He's always smiling. He's putting everything on social media. You know what he's doing. Like he's an open book.
Do you feel sorry for him? Do you feel sorry for him in that? If it was a pentathlon like this, the sport's never seen a guy this versatile at so many events at such a high level. Is he? Does it hurt his own success that he's just such a jack of all trades? Where is he going to hit? Like, where's the money at? Where is his best bet bang for his buck? 50 free, 100 breast, 200 medley, like. Obviously, those clash in Paris next year. The 50 free, it sounds like he's made that decision that he's going to do the 50 free over the 200 IM. So you'd think that 50 free, 100 breast, they're going to be his two big bangs heading towards Paris?
Well, look, I would say this for me, my sake, and Michael never listens to anybody. He does his own thing, which is good. But like if I was looking at this, I'd say, well, if I swim 100 breast, I can also get on a relay, right? I can be a relay swimmer. Now, he was on the Olympic gold medal relay at the last Olympics. He earned that spot, and he got that gold, and he's a gold medalist forever. So I would be looking at it the same way again, saying like, hey, I want to swim an individual event and get on a relay at the same time. The 50 free doesn't give him that option. The 200 IM doesn't give him that option. So as far as I'm concerned, my number one event would be the 100 breast. That's what I would think. What would you think?
I still think he can win the 200 IM.
Yeah, for sure. Right? Yeah, individually.
100% can win the 200 IM. He can set the world record in that. He can beat Leon Marchand. He can beat the Chinese fella.
Can he beat Chin?
Neither of those races. He raced neither of those races in Berlin.
No, but I'm saying the 100 breast. Could he beat Chin?
No.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. What do you think, Kurt? What's your best event for him?
I just feel sorry for him because he's got such a talent, and his hardest thing is to pick where it's going to go. And, I think for him, 50 freestyle, I want to see where he can take it. And if he can dedicate the rest of this campaign towards Paris for that 50 free, and try and, I know it's a long way down to try and take on the big boy McAvoy, but to see what he can deliver in that 50 free, give it everything he's got, then he has the ability to then post Paris, reset, maybe medals in the 50 free, whatever happens there. Then I'm there as well. I want to see him do a 200 IM because you cannot be this good at the 50s of all these strokes. And I don't think we've seen what we saw in Tokyo was obviously just didn't quite get there. But it was right there for 75% of the race. If he can put together a perfect 200 IM, I think he's right. He can be right up there with the best of all time.
Now, yeah, I agree. Now, in saying this, Megs, I did go into his house. I was one of very few humans to be invited into his house. And,
Sounds creepy, mate.
And broke bread. No.
He just went in.
We had a barbecue.
Brett went in the house.
We had a meal. We broke bread.
You weirdo.
And there was a time on the wall. There was one time on the wall. It said 20.7.
20.7.
Does that tell you something about him as well? Like if he's got one time on the wall, is he thinking 50 free?
I think 50, 100 free to get onto that 4x1.
No, he's not thinking 100 free at all. He doesn't even do it.
His PB's 49.9.
He doesn't even race it.
Yeah, but like, how can he do a 50 free and then do 100 breaststroke, but he can't do 100 free? Like, how can you not do that?
Well, I didn't do 100 free, Megs. Are you trying to insult me here? I was the fastest swimmer in Australia for 6 years, and I never swam 100 free. What are you saying?
But you didn't also do 100 breaststroke or 200 IM.
I probably could have.
There has to be some
stretch.
Like I don't.
I saw you stretching the hips yesterday before our workout. You could do breaststroke.
I don't get how he can't turn around and do 100 free.
He can't breathe. He can't swim 200 IM because he can't breathe. He can't swim 100 freestyle. Look, for everyone, Tim just put he needs to get fitter. He is not failing in 200 IM on the last 50 because of fitness. He cannot breathe. He cannot swim the hybrid gallop stroke. And if he learns to do that, he can swim 100 freestyle and 200 IM as well as anyone. It's not fitness. He cannot do the technique. That's it. That's why he can swim 100 flying 50 point and 100 back in 53 and 100 breast in 58.1. And he can get to 250 in a 2IM in 124 or whatever nonsense he gets there. It's technique. It's that simple. It's not fitness. Everyone is wrong who says he's not fit. And also, I just quickly wanted to say, he's one of them swimmers, Kurt, that when he's good, he can swim everything. So when he's 200 IM was at his best, his 53 was at his best, his 100 fly was at his best, his 100 breast. When he's 100 breast 101 like this year, he can't swim 2IM. He can't swim anything. He could barely put together 50s this year. Like, he's best when he's good at everything. He just needs to do his work that he does, and he'll get good.
What does this mean? Mental strength? Like, why are people questioning him?
Like, is it mental pressure?
Strength?
Is there too much pressure on him? Like,
What do you mean
because
too much
he went
pressure?
pro so early.
Hang on. What are we talking about? The guy's an Olympic gold medalist.
No, I don't understand.
Like, what are we talking about?
He's won US trials, which people say is the hardest meet in the world to win most pressure. No, he's not. He's not struggling.
He's
with
an Olympic
pressure.
gold medalist.
No, I'm talking about, like you said, that he had the worst year that he's had,
Well, he admits that he just didn't do the work.
Yeah.
He wasn't mentally in it. Like, he admits that, but then he made the adjustments and he's coming out and swimming fast. I love the fact that we just get so fired up about Michael Andrew. And the comments go berserk.
It's unlike anything else. It's like he's like the swimming buffet. He's like you're the 10-year-old kid. You're like the 10-year-old kid at Sizzler, and you can have anything you want in the whole buffet, and you just get so excited. You don't know which one you want. You want to go to the dessert bar first. You want the cheese toast.
I want to go there.
Mate, the buffet you've been eating is just meat. Have a look at you.
Kurt's the new liver king. Look at him.
Look at the left bicep right now.
Liver prince.
Give us
You can
a
call
look
me
at the
liver
left
prince.
bicep. Quick, left bicep.
What is it?
Oh my God! What is happening?
Why is that? Why have his arms got pumped? Like, his veins are popping out. Do you go off every second to do some press ups? Why don't we look like that, Brett?
I don't know, but Kurt is
okay.
On Mountain Dew right
Michael
now.
Andrew, I love him.
Mountain Dew hot dogs.
He'll keep going. Sarah Sjostrom, the Queen, keeps it going. First 50 free, 23.9, just 0.34 for world record. She set in July. First in the 50 free. She tried to do the trio, went in the 100 free as well.
It's good for her.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see her. Is this going to be it for her, the final campaign? You think she retires after Paris and tries to get out? Or does she keep going and hang in there with the 50?
Yeah,
and 30 what? 30?
Yeah, same as Kate, right? She's 30.
Yeah, but I said that to Megs as well. Do you want to have a family? Do you want to have kids? Like, how does that factor in, moving forward for someone like her that's done it all?
She wants to be a world champion, mate, forever.
She'll go forever. She will go, and while she's still winning, she will keep going. She's 30. She'll go till she's
30.
Yeah.
Wow, she could keep going for another 10 years.
She won't stop. She won't stop until she has to. No, she'll keep going.
Her and McAvoy on the 50. You put your money on Sarah and McAvoy to race that 50 final in LA.
I don't know about McAvoy. I know Sarah will. Sarah will win it. You saw Kate Campbell goes 24-1 in the heat. Everyone's like, oh, Kate's good. Sarah beats her. Jean Yves off the Asian Games, swimming fast. Sarah beats her. Sarah's the winner. Sarah's the biggest champ ever.
Consistent, yeah.
She'll go 23 in 2032.
Yeah, so she knows how to get a hand on the wall first.
Wait. We've skipped LA. She's now in Brisbane.
Yeah. She loves Brisbane.
Yeah.
I think as long as she's enjoying it, that's the main thing.
She's winning. Of course, she's enjoying it. She loves it.
Yeah,
and
but
every time she wins, they pay her cash.
To win.
She's getting cash.
She loves cash.
She loves cash. Who doesn't love cash? She's cashed up. She's winning. She's swimming 50. She's jacked like Kurt. She's just like top of the world. Why wouldn't you keep going? Sarah,
I like that.
Winners
she's
are grinners.
100.
We love you, Sarah. Sarah watches the show too. Sarah, we love you. Keep going,
Let's
girl.
have her on here.
Also, just to clarify, Sarah said she's going to go 52. Sarah went 52-2 at Worlds, leading off a relay this year, 100 freestyle, 52-2. And she said this World Cup stop. What next World Cup stop? She'll be back in 52-2. She said to me.
Mm-hmm.
I hope we see her in the 100. I'd like to see her.
She's good. She's real good.
She's very good.
But as we've seen with Kate as well, that 100, that final 15 in the 100 starts to get tough when you get into your 30s, doesn't it?
No. What are you talking about?
What, the hundreds?
No.
Why does it start to get tough in your 30s? Because no one's done it
you're
before.
getting old.
We don't have women swimming into their 30s. They're just starting to do it. Like, give them a chance, mate. Like, don't write them off because they've never done it before. Which women have ever swum into their 30s?
Solely physiologically.
Which woman have ever swum into their 30s? Who's ever done it?
No one.
Which women have gone into their 30s?
Dara's the only one ever.
Dara Torres won Olympic medals at 41. What are we talking about?
Not in
41 though.
Did she do the 4x1? Yeah.
At that meet, I don't think she did. But like at 41, she still won Olympic medals.
Let's give her an A. Let's give her an A for that.
Someone got a 4A, quad A.
What I'm saying is women haven't traditionally done it, so we can't say they can't do it. Yeah. They just haven't done it. It's like women are now professionally swimming into their 30s, and they're being very, very productive. We're talking about 30, 31. We're not even talking about 37, 38 years old. Like, I
get what you're saying. All I'm saying is 100 freestyle, world-class 100 freestyle in your 30s to produce one is tough, And, Sarah set that world record, 17?
Sarah went 52-2 this year at 30. That's 0.5 of her PB.
I'll tell you this. If I had a body like Kate Campbell and I was a woman, I would be swimming 50.7. I mean, I don't know why she's not. Like, look at her. I mean, Kate Campbell is a perfect specimen to swim really fast freestyle. I mean, that's what I think. I mean, I don't know why she's not doing it, but
there are physiological issues, aka injuries. You've got to,
Maybe
you're being held together. And Sarah's had injuries of her own as well. So those aches and pains start to pile up as you age.
Yeah, I look at both of them. I'm like, just physical specimens. They're they're perfect. Like they can. They're built to swim fast, and I'm so glad they are. And I'm glad they're putting time and energy into just swimming fast. It's just brilliant, Like, they don't swim 200s. Gone are the days where it's like, oh, you got to swim at 50, 100, 200. I think even Sarah did that for many, many years.
Sarah did a 200 till 2016.
200 freestyle. Now she's like, no, 50, 100. And watch them go. Now that they're just fully focused on that particular range, mate, I think we're going to see some special stuff now.
We'll keep an eye on it. Other impressive swims in Berlin. Well, Matthew Sates back, first in the 200 IM, first 200 fly, second in the 400 IM. He's consistent, this kid, isn't he?
I spent some time with Matt. I actually coached him out in South Africa last week, or maybe, I don't know, 10 days ago or something. I was coaching him on the deck in South Africa. So I'm very lucky to spend some time with him. He gave me a snorkel. Sonny. He gave me a snorkel. He's selling snorkels online. So he's a good man. He's a good man, Matt Sates. He's a good man. Look, he looked good. He was training well. He was pumped to be back in racing again. And
Did he go to Worlds?
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't go to Worlds. He came to
Didn't think so.
Dublin, did Euro under 23s.
He hasn't done much lately. In the past
there.
kind of like 18 months, he hasn't done tons. But he's back swimming fast again. He's training really well. He looked really good. And he's in heavy training, so it's not like he's rested for this by any means. But it's good to see him back. He's a talent, isn't he?
You was in South Africa for a month, right? So you spent how long was you actually around Rocco's group at Tux? And there's some great athletes there: Peter, Matthew, Kayleen, Tatiana. Did you get to see all these guys?
Mate, I was very fortunate. Rocco opened up his program for me, so I did a clinic with him. I did some personal clinic days with all of them. So I got to coach them with skills and drills. And then I actually coached him for a workout. I got to coach Tatiana. The thing I loved about Tatiana was she was just one of the athletes on the deck. She didn't create any type of like, I'm here and they're there. She just rolled up and she blended in. And then we actually had a session where at the end, there was a bit of lightning. So we had to get out of the pool. And so we put them all in this room. And I kind of embarrassed her a little bit. I went around the room and I said, let's give Tatiana some love here. Like, we've got an Olympic champion amongst us. And I think the feeling in South Africa is like, you have to go somewhere to be an Olympic champion. You have to leave the country. You can't do it there. And she's proven that you can. You can be an Olympic champion right in South Africa. So I just said, like, let's give her some love. And they went around the room and it was kind of uncomfortable for them to kind of like, talk about her right in front of her. And she was all embarrassed. But I was like, what is she doing well that you guys can mimic, that you can copy, that you can learn from? And they kind of all went around the room and talked about her in a really cool way. So it was good to have that experience with her. It was good to kind of highlight the South Africans are getting it done. There's a lot of talent in South Africa, mate. I'll tell you what, Rocco's group for sure. But I went around to about 3 or 4 different programs that had real talent on every pool deck. And so I think there's going to be a South African resurgence here in the next few years. Hopefully, I hope it translates into some Paris, finals and maybe some other maybe podiums. But there's some talent on that pool deck, mate, and they're doing a good job and they're hungry for it. Like I just talked about maybe going to, Japan and helping them. Rocco invited me in and said, we want to learn from you. We want to know about sprinting. We want to get all the information we can about how to swim faster, and we want to share it around. They sent me to 6 different programs within South Africa, and I got to see everybody, and I talked to hundreds of coaches, and we did coaches clinics. We did swim clinics with the kids. So it was really, really good stuff, and tons of talent, mate. I'm really up on South African swimming right now. I think there's some good stuff going on, So yeah, that's my rant on South Africa. But
I think they need it too, right?
Yeah, they do. A guy like Peter Coetzee, right? Like Peter's a young talent who is just, he can do it all. He's kind of like the Michael Andrew talent of South Africa, the guy who can do it all. And I know he's committed to Cal maybe after the Olympics, but he's doing the Olympic preparation in South Africa. And like
what do you think of him physically?
Mate, physically, I was just...
He's unbelievable, right? He's like 6'5", jacked unbelievably.
Mate, I went onto the pool deck, and I don't know who's who necessarily. Like when you're there and the swimmers all around, like you don't know, it's not like I'd met him before. So I threw this parachute at a kid in the water, and I said, hey, can you put this parachute on? And because I could tell he could swim. And next minute I find out it's Peter Coetzee. I was like... and then he gets out of the water. I'm just like, I was like, Rocco, who is that specimen? He's like, oh, that's Peter. I'm like, oh, of course it's Peter. But it's like, mate, 19 years old, this kid, wow. I mean, he could be a world beater. This guy has so much potential in so many events, and he's just physically gifted. Seems like he's got his head on straight as well. So, yeah, I think Peter Coetzee is going to be one to watch in the next 12 months for sure. Yeah, special talent, that kid.
Remember the name.
Yeah, they got some pretty nasty genetic DNA down there in South Africa. That's for sure.
They do. That's a good way to put it. Actually, a genetic DNA.
Well, you take a look at those Springboks, and it's there's some bad.
And the mentality too is just like we do it tough. Like that's their mentality. They got a tough mentality. It's like they're. I was I was complaining about the pool temperature being like 22 degrees, and they're like, "Oh, that's warm. That's normal." You know, like nobody complained about the pool being 22 degrees. They're like, "Oh, it's usually like 19, 20. Like 22 is great." Imagine putting American swimmers in or Australian swimmers in a 22-degree pool and saying we're going to work out. Like, mate, it would be
They'll do anything as well. I remember I had a sprint South African lad join my group when I was out there, and I took the mick. I said, we're going to warm up with 600 fly. And he goes, okay, when am I leaving? And like dived in, we let him do 50, and we grabbed him out, and we're like, what are you doing? He goes, hey, you're a coach. You said 600 fly. I went, you're a sprint 50 freestyle. He goes, do whatever you say, coach.
Yep.
Like they're in, like, I felt bad. I thought he was going to be like, oh no. They'll do anything, anything.
Yeah, the mentality is we just do it and get it done. I don't question. They don't bitch. They don't moan. They're just like, let's go. You know,
they just give you snorkels, free snorkels.
Yeah, a little snorkel. Free
You've got a lot of gifts.
Stick with that Southern Hemisphere vibe, and Erica Fairweather, the New Zealander, she had a great start as well. First 400 free, second in the 800, second in the 200.
Back to World Cup.
Straight on World Cup.
She's just getting better. You know, she's just getting better as well.
You know who's down in New Zealand now, and one of the top programs in the country there is Graham Hill. Graham's in New Zealand. Yeah, South African, Chad's old coach, and he's down in New Zealand. I think he's going to have an effect on them, and maybe some influence on her. She's doing a good job already, but yeah, Graham's down there.
Is he coaching?
He just moved down there like 6 weeks ago, and he's at the top program in the country, and he's got a beautiful setup. He did a FaceTime with me in South Africa, and he showed me around his pool. He's got 2 50-meter indoor pools. I mean, beautiful setup down there, and he's leading the charge down in. And so if he brings this South African mentality to New Zealand, maybe we'll see some New Zealand resurgence here in the next few years too.
He won't know what to do with himself with 2 50-meter pools. I've seen the pool that Chad grew up training with. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like ridiculous. Like I've never seen something so out. It's like green.
Yeah, they have to swim around dead bodies and stuff.
Yeah. Like people shoot over the wall. Oh, that's true story. True story. You have to get out of training sometimes because there's like shootings going on. It's crazy.
Well, not New Zealand.
Oh, well, I think Fairweather, especially that 400 freestyle, I've seen her go sub 4 minutes before. She can get on the podium in that 400 in Paris at her best, and she's got a very, very bright and exciting future.
Really? Who does she knock off then? You're talking about top 3. Who does she knock off?
She done it this summer.
Summer's going to repeat and not do it again? You think that wasn't just a one-off?
That was a one-off.
I don't know. I think Summer kind of has some choices to make as well going into Paris. I think they'll be conscious not to overload her program and pick and choose. But she'll definitely be better for.
I think the 400 gets chopped. She's the second fastest in history.
I don't know, 400 is the first event of 400 is the first event up.
Like 3 months ago. Yeah, no, I don't think that's getting chopped.
No. Well, we'll see.
About 3 months ago, done a 6-minute rant about how Summer will never get beaten. Ever.
It's Summer
in history. Yeah, that's right.
Well, at the end of the day, with Summer, and she just had one bad race at Worlds, didn't she? Really, it was the 400 first up.
Yeah,
a lot of pressure as the world record holder, all eyes on her, and just wasn't there. But the rest of her meet was pretty outstanding. Outstanding.
Yeah, no, this is a good point too, right here. Like Summer's getting older, and recovery's going to increase. Yeah, she's 17.
She's getting older. Come on,
she's 17. Yeah, good point.
That was the point that Kurt was making about 30-plus athletes. Summer's already fallen victim because she's now 17.
She's so young.
Recovery time's going to really slow down at 17.
Oh, we lost Megan.
Oh no, back.
Megs, I said there was more Aussies in Berlin than there is in Ibiza in July.
There's more.
Other highlights, Max Giuliani was good, wasn't
Giuliani.
He? Real good.
Yeah, he was good.
Second the 200 free, 146.1, fifth in the 100 free. This kid, this time of year, if this is what he's got to show us now, if he can continue to make this progression towards Olympic trials, he wants a piece of that 4x2 action.
Yeah, I think he's a really good one to watch. I think every time he's racing, he's getting better and better. So he's just getting that confidence. He's trying to break into that, that kind of like alpha 50, 100 or 200 freestyle. Just, he's just on that age group kind of still in that boy kind of section. So he's trying to make it up with the big guys. But he's the only, I'm pretty sure it was him he's the only one that's beat Chalmers. I think he beat him not that long ago. And I'm pretty sure it was him. He's the only one that's beaten Chalmers in 100 freestyle. So, he's so good. I'm really happy and kind of I just want to see him consistent. I want to see him consistent in Athens, all 3 World Cups. So I think, trying to get that racing experience for him is vital. And lots of Aussies. We had Joshy Edwards-Smith as well in Bowley's squad, backstroker. Didn't swim that great, but he's one to watch in that 200 backstroke come to trials next year. But he's getting some racing experience. Brendan Smith won the 400 IM.
Good to see Zach and Surdy back as well.
What about
Second
our
100 free?
50 champ? We haven't even talked about him. Talk about alpha males. We've got a 50 free. He's dropping, 50 free champ. Cooper. He's dropping the 100 back.
Oh, Isaac Cooper. Yeah, Isaac Cooper. He did say though. I was watching his Instagram, and he said he is definitely going for the 100 backstroke next year. So he will not drop the 100 backstroke.
Hallelujah.
He's going to go.
But he won't race it at World Cup.
No, I don't know. I think he's just on his own path, Isaac Cooper. He's a different one. He's on his own path, and got to let him do his own thing. 50 free. He said 50 free, 100 free, and 100 back. He wants to be part of those relays next year. So
good idea. That's good.
He just wants to enjoy the sport. So for him, racing 100 backstroke is just pressure. He just wants to enjoy it. He doesn't want to do that pressure this year. Good to see Jenna Strosh back as well. She won the silver medal at 200 breaststroke last year. So she is back. I think she got silver again in this World Cup in the 200 breaststroke, Aussie. She's come back from injury. So she's good. Good to see Jenna back. Who else?
I'm not done with Cooper. I've got to have my rant about. I've got to have my rant about Cooper.
Hang on.
I'm a big Isaac Cooper fan.
Sit back.
I love this kid. He's probably one of the most naturally gifted talents we've ever seen. He was born to do this. We've seen him in this 50 free. He can go sub 22 now in his sleep. He can do it consistently, heats, finals. We know what a great 50 freestyler he is at his best. Next year, if he continues to make inroads, he can really challenge for a podium placing. But dude, he knows it. That 100 back is his second event. That's the event that he has to be in. I don't want to see you racing 50 flies at World Cup when you can race 100 back. He could have got second in that 100 back. Quite easily there behind check-on, like on his time. So put yourself in that 100 back and let's load up. I don't want to hear at 19 years of age that, I love short course and I don't really like long course that much. You're 19. Like, get around it. We race Olympics in long course. It's time to step up and just race. Race the 100 back. I want to see you race. I know you're fast. I know you got the skills. The rest is between your ears, and I just love to see this kid just do the 100 back, see what he can do.
I went full screen there to get a shot of Kurt. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful, mate. We're going to put that on the
I think with Isaac, though, Kurt, I think for him, he wants to enjoy the sport more than he wants to race the 100 backstroke. So for him, it's
what
about
does that
longevity.
Mean? What does that mean?
It means that he wants to do what he wants to do. He doesn't care if everyone wants to see him. If he's good in the 100 backstroke, he doesn't care. He doesn't care if you want to see him in the 100 backstroke. He wants to do what he wants to do. And if he wants to swim
But he said he wants to do the 100 back in Paris. Then if you want to race the 100 back in Paris, you want to make the team in the 100 back, dude, you've got to be racing 100 backs on this World Cup tour. Surely.
Yeah. And
it's October. He's all right. He popped up after winning the 50 fly heat.
Yeah, he trains with Ash Delaney, and he says that he's going to do less training. He's going to do less training now. He's going to do he said 4 or 3 sessions a week. So,
nice.
That's him. And I think a lot of people, he gets criticized. He does. He gets criticized a lot.
This is where we get so, I don't like.
We get passionate because he's talented.
But I don't like saying less training because he's not doing less training, right? He's doing less swimming. I guarantee you he's doing something every day. I guarantee you he's working on his athleticism. He's working on his strength, his power, whatever it is. He's doing something every day. He's working on his flexibility. He's doing something to become a better athlete, better swimmer every day. So like this notion of I'm doing less is got to go away. Sprinters don't do less. Okay. And this is my tour of South Africa. It's not less. It's just different. Okay. We're not swimming up and down the pool, but if you can do what he does and you can do it better, then do it. But if you can't do what he does and you can't beat him, he's winning World Cups. He's getting on, he's making finals at World Champs. He might even be on the podium at the Olympics next year. It's not because he's not swimming it's not because he's doing less. It's not because he doesn't want to do the work. He's doing it differently, and he's being an athlete. And if you can do it better, then beat him. And I bet you can't, because he's figured it out, and that's all these guys are figuring out how to swim fast. You might say Sarah Sostrom's doing less, but she's just doing less swimming, but that doesn't mean she's doing less athleticism,
Absolutely. She's in the
And I love this. Don't get me wrong. I love this kid. I know he walks to the beat of his own drum. I get it. And we've seen what a talent he can be. I don't care what you do. Just swim the 100. Just swim the 100 back. Show us what you got. Just swim it. Just
He'll
race
show
it.
us at trials, I'm sure.
There we go. I'm with that, Megan.
Yeah.
He'll show us at trials. And I think,
Yeah.
he's at the moment, he's swimming less in the water, and I think it's working for him. He's all about getting jacked at the gym. He said he wants to put on some kilos. So,
Oh, bro, give me a
for
call.
him, he's working
There he is.
hard in the gym. Like, he's trying to get stronger.
He's in that biltong.
You can't put weight on while swimming 10 times a week. Like, you just can't.
Yeah, he's trying to put some weight on. So yeah, he's doing.
Cam said it to you in your interview. Like he said, I was swimming 10 times a week and I was 70 kilos. I stopped swimming 10 times a week and I'm now like 82 or whatever. And he's faster than any human in the world right now. Isaac's got it right. You can't, when you're doing that much aerobic, you can't build the anaerobic. You can't build the muscle. You can't build the strength, the power.
Yeah.
Well, he needs the strength, because obviously he doesn't have the height.
Yeah.
So you've got to play to your strengths.
He doesn't have the height. It's got long arms.
I've got breaking news as well. Breaking news.
Oh.
To all my, I know this is non-swimming related, but like,
it's a diet.
Break dancing is out. Break dancing has been booted from the LA Olympics. So I know I copped a lot of slack from all the B-boys and B-girls out there for my slander of break dancing, but unfortunately only be a one and done sport in Paris next year.
Have they made a decision on that? I thought it was just up in the air.
No, it looks like it's locked in.
It's gone.
So
no, what made
it? Flag football.
Is that in for sure?
Flag football is going to be in for LA.
What is
Mate, the NFL is going to like.
It's NFL Oztag
dominate
at the end
that.
of the day. 5-a-side.
Really?
Yeah, they're going to dominate. That.
Wait for it. The world's favorite sport, lacrosse.
What?
Americans dominate that.
Americans.
Yeah. Well, here's a little stat for lacrosse. I think they've done the world champs since the 60s. No team outside of the US or Canada has ever won the world title of lacrosse. No surprise.
There'll be countries that don't even have a team for those two sports, for sure.
And for sure.
Just
and
dominated
what
by
else?
the US.
Squash is in for the first time in LA, and cricket, because that
Cricket made it
Indian
in.
money.
What is it like?
had
Is it the 2020? 2020.
Cricket is in the
Cricket's-
Olympics.
America.
Well, it's just like that
America can't win
Indian
that one.
money, like that market's just so big. Like
Cricket's
it's going to be
awesome.
the biggest.
I love cricket.
Cricket's in for
Well,
LA.
it's going to be the bigger population. Yeah, cricket's in for LA.
What about baseball? Did it make it in?
I don't think baseball, softball made it.
They didn't make it.
So
Good.
no.
What
And
about
then,
the 50s of Stroke? Did that get in?
No, that didn't make it.
Did short course yards get into the
No,
Olympics?
50s
Short
of
course
Stroke.
What are
Hey, you
talking
swam
about?
short cars yard. You swam it, Sonny. How was it? How was
Sonny
short cars
pumped out
yard?
a 1970
Short course.
Happened.
for a swim in.
How did it feel? Did it feel good?
I love it. I love yards. I can't get the turns, but
Magical.
me and
love
Brett are
yards.
doing suited stand-ups, yards,
We're,
later.
we're suiting up today. I'm gonna shave down. We're gonna put some suits on.
He's not joking. He's actually going to shave down.
I want
What's
to
there to
see it.
shave?
Can't wait.
Yeah, no, there's not much left. Don't worry about it.
I saw you. Did I see you eating goggles?
Yeah,
That's what I saw.
eating some goggles. Yeah, that's old school. That's how you do it. You cut them up with your teeth.
Oh gosh,
Um,
we've got onto that.
We've gone an hour and a half here. People are stuck with us. 50 people on the.
Yeah,
on the
what
on
are
the-
people
Good job,
saying in the
guys.
comments? Do people want to know anything? Raptors Dan?
Yeah, let's go with a couple of questions at the
Yeah.
end here.
There's a funny one in there that they should add short course to Winter Olympics. I
Yeah.
think you're in the wrong.
Well, I'll tell you what they should add to the Winter Olympics. I'd like to see ice swimming, an ice 1K.
Yeah.
At the and you have to qualify. You can only wear
1K
speed.
is
You can't.
impressive.
Yeah, you can't wear anything except the budgies.
Yeah.
the speedos, and
That's a
you
good
have to
point.
qualify through. And you'll be surprised. Yeah, ice swimming. It's huge.
Ice
It's
swimming.
getting bigger all the
Yeah.
time. Ice swimming
Yeah.
world championships.
I love an
It's
ice
really
bath.
hard. If you think you're a pro swimmer, you can just step into ice swimming. Think
No.
again.
Oh,
It's a
no,
different
no,
ball game.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You can't get in the pool right here.
Brett took 15 minutes to get in the pool. It's like 30 degrees. We're in California. The
serious?
pool's nice. It's refreshing. I was in swimming. I'm like, Brett, what are you doing? He goes, hot tub. Oh, it's cold, and he's swinging his arms. He's pacing back
Marshmallow.
and forth, biting his goggles.
I don't do cold water. Cold water, no.
That's a 50 special.
Not the ice bath.
for you.
Oh, I love that. I love the cold
The
water.
ice bath. God, I hate.
I love an ice bath.
Really?
Love it. Yeah, love it.
Megs, where have you
Delicious.
been? You've been like on some world tour. Where have you been?
I've been to Greece. I'm going
Why'd you go to Greece?
On a holiday.
Where'd you
Yeah.
go? You went to the islands?
So yeah, we went to Athens, where they are now, right now for the swimmers. That was awesome.
Beautiful.
We did a training session at the Olympic Stadium, first ever Olympic Stadium. That was cool. Then we went to some islands. We went Mykonos, Santorini, Crete, and Naxos. So yeah,
Which one was the best island?
Naxos, without doubt. Yeah, Naxos. Yeah, it's awesome.
Is that the one where you were
Pretty
swimming in
cool.
the sea?
Yeah, I've swum the sea in every one of them. Beautiful,
Of course you did.
beautiful. But no, and then I'm off to Bulgaria and Amsterdam soon. So
Didn't you go up a mountain?
yeah, went up a mountain. Went did altitude. So a couple of weekends ago, went to a little village just out of Baku here. So it was pretty cool. It was yeah. What did I say? I think it was about 13,000 feet, 13,500 feet. Yeah. So
Do you sell drugs? So how do you get around?
With the hard hitters. Yeah.
Ayahuasca.
I'm a deflect from that. But that was cool.
Just imagine I'm going to these islands. I go here, there, everywhere. It's like, geez.
He's a part-time ayahuasca shaman.
Yeah.
That's the
More trouble
commentating.
here.
It's the commentating stuff. You live off that, right?
I love it. Good for you. No,
Yeah,
live it
but no,
life.
it's cool.
I love that. I love that.
Altitude. Yeah, Bulgaria is coming up. So cool.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. There's not a real job amongst us. Look, there's 4 of us here. There's not a real job. I love it.
The only one with the real job, Nate, had to go and do his real job. We're an hour and 20.
What is a real job? What is a real job?
Who knows?
Yeah, what is a real job anyway?
This is a real
now?
job right here.
Everything is online.
Yep. Listen, everybody, it's been a pleasure.
It's been real.
Fun. It's been great to be back again. Just talk shit and talk swimming and accuse
love
people
it.
of selling drugs online. This has been good. I've enjoyed it.
I'm glad we
Follow my
finished on that high.
Instagram if you want a good deal.
Anything for the followers.
Look, we can literally say whatever we want. Isn't it fantastic?
Oh, well, that's until we see Federation knock on
Oh, that's
Negan's
right.
door.
Oh, yeah.
She's in
Straight
Baku
through the
Drow.
front
door.
Baku Drow. She's been beheaded.
Mm.
And now you feel bad about it. We're down to 3. You know.
Wow. Yeah, sorry for putting you under that pressure. I didn't mean to do that. But Kurt, as always, mate, the flair. I love it. Love it.
Yeah, keep it going. World Cup continues. The road show
Athens.
happens this weekend, and
That's
then finish off in Budapest the weekend after.
Is it
We're gonna do
week? Are they doing week breaks? Are they?
Is it tomorrow? It
Yeah,
starts
back to back.
13th.
I think, and then we get back on and do a World Cup wrap up. You think?
Yeah, after
Oh yeah.
Athens.
Oh no, we'll be back. We'll be back between events. Yeah, we'll go again. Look, Sonny and I are just sitting here. We can go live whenever we want. This is our job. We don't have a job. This is a real
When's the
job.
throwdown?
We might go.
Is it
We might go live
today?
again soon.
We'll go live again whenever we want because we
When's
can.
the throwdown, boys?
Throwdown? Is that?
The throwdown's going to happen at one point.
Yeah, it'll happen
We've got to get
soon.
some training in.
Mm.
We've done a few sessions. We don't know what was the workout we done last night, Brett.
I wouldn't repeat it, but it wasn't much. But, we did do.
Say
We did
zone
do a
two.
gym
Winning
workout.
down.
Gym,
Say
yeah.
We
zone
did, we
two.
did a 45-minute gym workout. That was good. We went
Yeah,
to
that's
the
good.
circuit. Yeah, a high energy circuit work. That was good. We've got to get back into shape. I did 3 weeks of just eating food in South Africa that made me out of shape real quick. So I got to get back into the shape again. I got to look like Kurt
Altitude.
here in the next couple of weeks. No singlets until I can look shredded like Kurt again. But we're back. Listen, this is cool. And then tomorrow we're going to put out Lindsay Mintenko, exclusive with her. Like I said, the managing director of the national team of the USA Swimming. We interviewed her this morning, and it was great. Loved it. So look out for that tomorrow. Thanks to everyone supporting us.
Thank you.
We love you. See you soon. Peace.